It was fantastic.
When we last met.
Yeah! See, now you're not booing.
Our heroes had been in Darkstar's ziggurat. After defeating him, they realized, or did they? I don't know. It just happened that the ziggurat crumbled to the ground. The dark forest of shadows seemed to be getting more and more safe after his vanquishing. See, this is what I'm talking about. You're making me look like an asshole. You did a great job up there, and I'm not doing good now.
You're right. Now the only thing you're doing what I'm doing, which is second guessing yourself. That's the only uncharismatic thing.
That's what I'm best at. All right. Hitting the trail on the way to the Butts Expanse, home of the Butts-a-Lot tribe, our heroes encountered Knoll Raiders from the the White Skull tribe. After defeating the Raiders, they dusted themselves off and looked at the loot left behind by the Knolls. And now it's up to you guys.
All right.
Oh, begin scene.
Oh.
So I forget. Show me that loot again, Sharpie.
Well, we have blah, blah, blah.
Just some coins. There's like some tattered armors and maybe a cutlass. Definitely a cutlass.
Is it better than my sword? I've got a pretty good sword already. Is it valuable to me to have another sword?
Is there a green arrow on the interface next to his... that's a video game reference.
It says pick up X. But yeah, it's not anywhere near as good as yours. You can tell it's a bit rusty. The guard's a bit loose.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't take it.
All right, I'll leave it there.
You are staring at the corpses of dead gnolls.
We should probably arrange them as if they were fucking each other when they died. Just to send a message to the Knolls, because I understand them to be a very homophobic culture.
Yeah, but Trappy, my fear is that might enrage them and bring down undue wrath upon us.
They need to be enraged and self-destruct. The state of the world right now, Jeff, is one in which there's only one war left: the war between the people who own property and the people that don't. These Knolls are the last of the dregs. We gotta. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, are we still doing the Romney universe?
No, this is Obama.
Oh, all right, whatever. We'll leave them be. All right. I'll put a gold piece on each of their eyes.
Yeah. I examine my surroundings.
You are in a rolling plains. Rolling plains surround you, and a few trees stand on top of a hill to your west. The path bends south.
What's the name of the girl that we were traveling with? Maple Leaf?
Karen Broadleaf.
Karen Broadleaf.
Karen Broadleaf.
So are we close now? We've been traveling for like 3 days, Karen.
Yes. In fact, if I remember correctly, the Butts Plains are just over that ridge. She points to a ridge. The Butts Plains are just over it.
Karen, are all the Butts Plains parted by a ridge?
Yes, you will find that in the Butts Plains, that geographic feature does exist.
Interesting. Just going to make a mental note of that.
All right. Let's go into the ridge between the Butts Plains. Or above the Butts Plains?
I don't know. Some direction involving the Butts Plains.
All right. Let's follow that path toward the ridge.
Following the well-trodden path, you reach the top of the hill. Seeing the view... from the ridge, you can see the yellow tent of Yellow Camp, the primary camp of Butts-a-Lot Camp.
Wait, there were tents. How did you know that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like he just was reading the future or can predict basic,
well, what else is going to happen?
Things.
He's a storyteller, so am I. I mean, to a certain extent.
You guys colluded before this.
You know what?
Barbarians live in tents.
Like house musicians, you're like, banana, no, banana. There's changes and there's keys and things. This guy's fucking good.
Okay.
And I'm pointing that out by saying that he said the same thing I did. Edit it out. All right,
tell me about those tents.
They're far off. There's one central,
and there's a banana
tent.
monster, right? I mean, we both would put a banana monster. I'm sorry. You're sick, and I'm fucking around. Everyone wants to get home. Let's all go home.
No, Spencer, say that.
No, oh my God, not you. I meant them.
Oh, sorry.
You get in for free. They won't
Don't
call
tell
my bluff.
Them that. All right, so yeah, the yellow tent surrounded by smaller yellow tents.
By the way, why on your guest list? Spencer is like, he doesn't get paid for his services here, but he sends like a guest list. There's always a person named Symphony. Wait, how does a dungeon master roll with a chick named Symphony?
He's fucking good at it.
What? I don't.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you,
That's it.
Symphony.
That was my only question.
All right, so
He's got like an entourage.
I approached the large yellow tent in the center.
You are a far ways away from it, but you can begin your approach.
I begin that approach.
Beginning your approach.
I examine his approach.
Examining his approach, you notice his gait seems a bit stranger than when you first started adventuring.
Hey, what gives?
I gotta hang a piss.
Well, there you go.
I take a pee and then resume my approach towards the yellow tent.
Peeing completed, you see the familiar yellow tents of Yellow Camp, the first of 3 Butts-a-Lot encampments. Nearby, you can see a large mound of dirt, as if someone or some army had been digging a massive pit. The closer you get, the weirder things appear. Gnolls are invading Yellow Camp. You see many gnolls and many barbarians, but they don't seem to be fighting. In fact, they seem just to be hanging out and talking with one another.
Wait, the barbarians are Butts-a-Lot barbarians?
These are the Butts-a-Lot barbarians.
And there's 2 armies amassed?
You can see barbarians from your tribe intermingling with gnolls, large hyena-like humanoids.
All right. So they see our approach and they're not reacting
Well,
to
I'm
it?
a barbarian. Wouldn't they be compatriots of mine, friends, possibly?
You're not in a union.
You certainly identify with their, thoughts and feelings, but it's a tribe thing. You're not in their tribe, so. But you get in their heads a bit.
I'll let me just follow my lead, man. I'm related to these people.
Do your thing.
We approach them.
You approach them.
Do
you want like a parade or like an entourage or like?
You don't have to be sarcastic. I'm just approaching them and going. I go. I hope that my presence is noted as I approach them. Are they ignoring me? Are they?
As you get closer and start to wave your hellos to the barbarians, they seem to take note of you before returning to ignoring you. It's been a long time since you've last been at the Butts-a-Lot Expanse. Perhaps people don't remember.
Greet them in grand fashion. Let them know who you are, your lineage.
Well, I don't want my first impression to be like a dick. If they're talking to their enemies,
they're being dicks. You said hello, and
they're having some kind of summit. I mean, these are those gnolls. We just killed a bunch of them in the forest,
right?
Like
they don't know that.
I know.
Or do they?
Keep it.
Oh, they might know it.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. We saw nothing. We did nothing. Just didn't deny everything.
Okay. This is like a Hope and Crosby movie.
I moved to within 3 feet of them and clear my throat.
You clear your throat. A gnoll and a tall human dressed in animal skins eyes you with some amount of suspicion.
I give him one of these like a poor person in a crosswalk, like looking at a car that's like what? What are you gonna do? Like, you gonna marry me?
The human approaches you, eyes locked. He has a very aggressive look on his face. He says nothing. He approaches. He gets within 3 feet of you. Then 2. He stops at 2.
Greetings.
You seem familiar. Something about your features reminds me of someone I know.
Yeah, I'm a Butts.
A Butts? You mean a Butts-a-Lot?
Yeah.
The very same.
Yeah. I am the one that didn't come back.
Then you are a former tribesman?
Yeah.
Sharpie, tell them who you are, man.
I'm Sharpie Butts-a-Lot.
Sharpie Butts-a-Lot?
See?
I shouldn't have to say it.
Son of Lord Butts-a-Lot?
Welcome. Jesus.
Guys!
It's like pulling teeth with these people. That's why I left.
Walk up and say hello. You can just go up and say hi to people. You're so suspicious of everybody.
You have to understand, I grew up in a town of 35. You expect a modicum of
yeah, but you've been gone for a long time, right?
It's all part of their tude.
Just say hey.
Several human barbarians gather while the gnolls slowly move away, eyeing you with suspicion and caution.
Hey, I didn't want to interrupt your summit with the gnolls.
Well, you did. But I mean, that's fine. Like, what's up?
Well, what were you talking to them about? What's the beef?
We're just, discussing. I mean, ever since Lord Butsalot signed the Butts Blackpaw Treaty, all the Blackpaw gnolls have been camping with us. You see, we figure if we ally, we can destroy the dwarves more handily.
Uh-oh. You guys are allying with gnolls to defeat dwarves?
Yes, you see, I mean, it's been a long time since you've last been here, but the goblins, the kobolds, the wild capybaras, they've all gone. It's the gnolls, the dwarfs, and the barbarians. And we're all fighting.
And the dwarves are bad to you?
We don't like them. They occupy the mountains to the south. The mountains to the south are the stronghold of the dwarves. If we can take this stronghold, we'll be able to control the entire Butts Peninsula.
I emerge from behind this conversation and force my way right into the center and say, Sharpie, it is your birthright to regain the former glory of this Butsalot tribe. Let's unite with these people.
Jeez.
And go fight these dwarves.
What? Hold on a second. Where's my dad? I asked this guy.
He should be in Blue Camp. They're making preparations to send a special envoy to the dwarves to negotiate the terms of surrender. Seeing as how the ally alliance between the gnolls and the barbarians has taken hold, the dwarves are very, very scared. They've been holding up, and fortifying their defenses. But they want stuff.
Listen,
sorry,
Quark,
guys.
A war between humans and dwarves is not. I mean,
they're little fuckers.
You're a little fucker.
You're a gnome.
I don't look. I'm a.
You're a self-loathing gnome.
I'm a barbarian too.
You got to ask yourself one day: are you a gnome that became a barbarian, or a barbarian that happens to be a gnome? It's from Law and Order. It was one of the black lawyers had to. Sam Waterston.
I'd never seen that show.
Well, it doesn't. It still applies. Look, the bottom line is that dwarves and humans have lived in harmony in these parts for millennia.
Well, let's at least go meet your father. At least go sit down and meet your father.
Listen, how far is Blue Camp from Yellow Camp?
Just walk out that door and then back inside.
There's a door?
In the tent flapping an entrance portal.
Oh, so we can walk out of one flap and come right back in the same flap, and it's the Blue Camp?
That's
what he said.
That's how it would seem, yeah.
What? Oh.
We walk out of the yellow flap and come back at a blue flap.
Exiting the tent, you turn around to see that Yellow Camp has vanished, being replaced with Blue Camp. A large blue central tent stands in the middle and is flanked by smaller blue tents. You don't know what sorcery has caused this, but you go back inside all the same. You are now in Blue Camp. There are only human barbarians. They're dressed in slightly finer clothes than the ones in Yellow Camp. They're discussing, sitting at tables, sipping drinks. You don't see your father.
So now I gotta find my dad.
Just go up and introduce yourself. Say you're the son of the guy that runs the joints. Say hello.
I feel like if we play this right, sideline between you and me, Jeff Davis, Dan Harmon.
Right.
If I make a big fuss about sitting down with my dad, who's your most famous friend that could come in and play my dad for next week's recording?
Do you want me to say? I don't know if he's in town or not.
All right.
You know what I'm thinking.
No, but just tell me, do you think you could get somebody?
I will try for one person in particular.
All right. So we'll make my dad a cameo. I'm just taking a time out and saying that. The audience didn't hear it.
And he'll be the dad?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
And it's a role he's born to play.
All right. Okay. Spencer, you didn't hear any of that.
Timothy Oliphant, everybody. No, I'm kidding.
I got to find my dad if it takes all episode.
You say to no one in particular?
No, I'm saying to you. I don't know.
To the dungeon master?
Yeah. I'm saying don't find my dad this episode.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, so you're hitting pause right now because the meeting with the.
But we got to do something to bring it into the Dungeons and Dragons segment. Is there a little slug we can hit with our sword and win some gold pieces? Because they always applaud when we kill something.
Maybe. You're in blue camp though right now. You don't see your father. Maybe you should ask around, and then maybe some exposition will happen for that.
All right,
It'll be fulfilled.
I examine my asking around.
You examine the asking around. Nothing happens.
I step forward and say, I, being but a little, what am I again?
A gnome barbarian.
My friend is very shy. Where is Lord Butsalot?
Lord Butsalot, we've seen him a few days ago, but we believe he's in red camp, preparing for battle.
I walk out of the blue flap and go back in the red flap.
You walk out the blue flap. Behind you, you see the red tent of red camp. You enter red camp.
It's so easy.
It's magic, you guys.
I know, I love it.
It's cool.
But sometimes you need a gnome barbarian to get shit done.
Entering red camp, you see several generals decked out in full military gear. They're looking at maps and pushing figures around. You still don't see your father.
Where is Lord Butsalot?
You ask. Everyone turns and looks at you. How did you get into red camp?
There's a practice. There's a series of magic flaps, you guys. I don't know who's running security at this camp.
Who told you of our flaps?
We used our keen insight and our awareness of our surroundings.
Well, 'tis the little Butsalot. Returned, is it not?
Yeah, but I'm a big Butsalot now. You may have noticed.
Big Butsalot? So what's a lot?
I remember you, Leonard.
Dead-Eye Duncan.
What?
Dead-Eye Duncan.
I remember you, Dead-Eye Duncan.
Live-Eye Leonard was my little brother.
Yeah. Your whole family always thought that rhyming things constituted a touche.
Ever since Grandpa Eight Eyes, we just went with it.
Grandpa Eight Eyes?
Sharpie.
Roller skate eyes.
Sharpie.
He eyes you with a newfound respect.
Yeah. It's that easy, you little fuckers. All right, that's why your clan's not in charge.
I pull Sharpie aside. Sharpie, ask him if he likes big butts a lot.
Jesus, for that. All right. Listen, I need to find my dad. I've been out abroad and been gaining experience and fighting human centipedes and just doing all kinds of things. I don't want the story to turn into a different thing. I mean, I just want to find my dad.
He issues a grunting gurgle, and the other war generals leave the premises. He looks to his left and then to his right suspiciously before motioning you to approach closer.
You know what's going on?
I wouldn't tell this to anyone but his own son, but Lord Butsalot gathered 12 of our bravest warriors and left out last night. We think he was on his way to the dwarven encampment, but we can't be sure.
All right. Listen, buddy, you've come with me this far. I'm going to say the same thing to you I said to Rob Schraub when I quit the Sarah Silverman program. I don't expect you to follow me everywhere.
I think that we should go after your father, and you should help out, and you should be at his right hand during this battle against the dwarves. But I think we should wait till next week when possibly there will be some stunt casting.
I'm glad you said that, but with an emphasis on, I don't think we should fight the dwarves. I'm conflicted about this. It sounds like a bunch of shenanigans to me.
Well, the only thing that worries me is that we just kicked a bunch of gnolls' asses, and your guys are in league with the gnolls. They're going to find out that we've killed a bunch of gnolls, and we're going to be in deep shit.
We don't have to ever talk about that ever again.
They're going to find out.
It will never matter.
They watch Law and Order too, probably, don't they?
Well, at any rate, we both agree on one thing. We're heading out on the trail of my father.
You head out on the trail of your father.
And so ends our D&D campaign.
Spencer, everybody. Spencer. Yeah, that one's transitional. We're teeing it up for next week.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were going to do in that thing anyway.
Yeah.
I was probably too hands-on.
But really, I personally love Spencer and the job that he does. And I know that people on Twitter and people listening out there love Spencer. Let's hear it for Spencer. He's fucking...
You're saying the love is more genuine for him than it is for Adam Goldberg.
I love Adam Goldberg, too.